deep in the heart of Texas.
What the hell do you guys want? And more important than that, how the hell did you find out where I was at? If they want some answers, they should have sent someone with some authority. Do you agree with me? Well, it really don't matter if you agree with me or not. On second thought, once you just sit your little carcass down at that table, I'll answer every little question you got. Before we get started with anything, like I said, we're on my time, so we're going to do things like I want to do them. I want to cover something right off the bat.
We're in the business of winning.
The first thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. I'm serving notice. I don't give a damn what they are. They're all on the list, and I'm fixing to start running through all of them.
We're in the business of winning.
I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah. But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
Moving so fast you can't even talk about it. Things are just popping right now. Things are starting to cultivate. Things are starting to grow. Things are getting real colorful.
Look at. We're in the business of winning.
Don't bet against me.
I don't bet anyway.
Lose your life.
We're in the business of winning.
Are you kidding me?
We're in the business of winning.
Are you kidding me?
We're in the business of winning.
Yeah, absolutely total control right there. Watch this. Champion's prerogative, and I just exercised that option.
We're in the business of winning. We're in the business of winning.
Yeah, if he wants to keep an eye on me, don't look behind you. No, don't look in front. Don't look to the sides. Look straight up, because I'm right on top of you. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
And any crying or any excuses is just sour grapes.
We're in the business of winning.
And I think that the spotlight should go on top of me. Yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
We're in the business of winning. We're in the business of winning. We're in the business of winning.
Don't bet against me.
I don't bet anyway.
Lose your life.
We're in the business of winning.
Don't degrade the champion at any time. Yeah, I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one that does it better. On balance, off balance, doesn't matter. I'm better than you are, yeah. I'm on my way. And nothing is gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me.
And we had non-believers all along the way. I have one thing to say to those non-believers. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart, kid, and you never go wrong.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
What the hell do you guys want? And more important than that, how the hell did you find out where I was at? they want some answers, they should have sent someone with some authority. Do you agree with me? Well, it really don't matter if you agree with me or not. On second thought, once you just sit your little carcass down at that table, I'll answer every little question you got. Before we get started with anything, like I said, we're on my time, so we're going to do things like I want to do them. I want to cover something right off the bat.
All right. We are live, week 5, second annual football free-for-all. I absolutely killed it last week. Pretty sure I'm in first now, too. I don't know, maybe not, actually, but let's see. I hit the super dog. Colts are 7.5-point underdogs. So what, that's just 7.5 points?
Yeah.
So if I take 5 off that, I'm at 9 total.
I'm at 11.
Damn you.
Yep.
Last week, though, I got 17.5 units. You know what I mean?
I'm at -1. It literally took a Christmas miracle for Nick to get back in this.
Negative. Let's see. I crushed NCAA football. I didn't do that good on NFL. I got I think I got 11 total on NCAA, so I crushed that, and I missed a little bit with football or NFL. But all right. I'm going to try to work on a little intro here, too. So the football free-for-all, we bet on college and NFL football every week, minimum of 1 FBS team. We bet on confidence ratings of 1, 2, and 3 points. Obviously, you get points for right picks, negative points for wrong picks. Each week, we'll in the background, we have our own Excel sheet we do on stream. We'll talk about the main games. We pick 5 main games. The winner from the week before gets to go first and lead, and they pick the fine games. With the caveat, we try to pick the more popular games, ranked games, things like that. And then we will each go through and have our own individual game that we like if it was not mentioned in the main games. And then, of course, on the side, we do the bowl pick'em at the end of the year. We pick champions. We do a survivor, etc. And that's essentially what it is. So, I guess I will go first. Does anyone have any thoughts on the game tonight? The Packers and the Lions?
I don't got any thoughts on it. Actually, what's the line on that game, Nick?
Detroit -2, over under 45.
Take the over. I think Detroit's going to win also. I mean, I didn't really look much into it, but Detroit's been getting better slowly over the last 2 years.
Yeah. Love's been pretty good, or at least not too bad. 7 TDs to 1 INT. I don't know. I'd probably go Lions, but this one's kind of I don't care too much about it. All right, so the first game on the lineup was Utah at Oregon State. Utah's ranked number 10, Oregon State 19. This is going to be on tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Friday game. Oregon State -4.5. The over/under is 44.5. Do you guys have? I personally am thinking about taking Oregon State here. Utah's been winning, but they haven't been blowing people out. They beat Baylor by 7, UCLA by 7. Even Florida was only 13 points. So I'm going to go Oregon State here. I think their offense can, at home, can cover that spread. So I'm actually going to go Oregon State here for 1. That's my 2 cents on the game.
I think we've been the last, at least 2 weeks, thought Cam Rising was playing. So I'm just going to hope again he's playing. Even without him, they beat, like you said, Florida, which is a pretty good team. I could, if you put Florida against Oregon State, I think Florida would win that game. If we're gonna go by that logic, I'd take Utah -4.5 for.
Utah's getting points. Yeah, Utah's getting 4.5 points. Oregon State's -4.5.
And they're ranked lower.
Yeah, Oregon State -4.5 at home. Utah's ranked 10th. Oregon State's ranked 19th.
I got this game at 3, but
Oregon State -3.
Oregon State -3 on
Yeah.
ESPN, and I'm
Oh,
taking
then I'm
Oregon
gonna
State.
take Utah and the points unless something happened. I don't know why they would.
I think they think. What is it? The gig is up or the jig is up?
The jig is up.
The
jig is up,
the
dude.
J.
The jig
Why
is
would
up.
you get?
I don't think Cam Rising's playing anymore, dude. Like I think they're gonna wait till that week. I think they get a bye week either after this game or the next game, and then they'll bring him back. And their starting running backs hurt. Their defense is elite, like 9th in total defense. But I think Oregon State is pretty good, probably better than we think they are, judging by the fact that they're favored. So I'm only giving 1 point to this though, but I'm taking Oregon State -3.
Yeah, they do have a bye week after this game.
I think they're probably gonna try one more week.
And I'm on ESPN too, so it's definitely moved 1.5 points, I guess. So yeah, Cam Rising must not be playing.
Well, I'll take the 4.5 still for 1 point.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
I'll take Utah for 1. Yeah.
Ooh.
Rain going the other way.
Yeah, of course. The next game we had is USC Colorado. Maybe not one of the more higher ranked games, but obviously Colorado's hot right now. People love to talk about them, even though they got crushed by Oregon. This is in Colorado. USC's ranked 8th. Colorado fell out of the top rankings. Right now the line on ESPN is -21.5. Over under is 73.5, which is freaking crazy.
That's gonna be all USC right there.
Mm-hmm.
You think
this
so?
This is where the jig is up, Ian. This is the jig is up.
I don't know.
Hold on. Y'all talk about it real quick.
Oh man, I don't know. My instinct again is to take the 21.5 points. Right? It's just, I don't know. Colorado, I guess I'm a little scared because they got crushed last week. But 21.5 at home, by the way, this time, and getting embarrassed. If they really think it's going to be 73 points, I mean, they essentially think that Oregon's going to win like 45-22 or something like that.
USC.
45 to like 30, something like that. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna put 1 on Colorado with the points, 21.5 points. I get that hook on the 21. I'll take it.
I'm gonna go the other way. I'll take US. I think USC is better than Oregon, and Oregon just demolished them. I'm gonna take I mean, USC is what they basically got to do everything right to stay in the playoff. I know Colorado's gonna try to prove themselves, but USC is much better than Oregon. I think they could beat them by 21 before halftime.
Really, you think USC's that much better than Oregon? I don't think so. I think they're kind of the same.
Yeah,
Ian's gonna argue his ass off against this, but
no, I think Oregon is better than USC.
I think they're. You think about their quarterback play, like I think they're essentially kind of the same team.
Oregon's got better defense though. USC
get out of town.
Kind of little patchwork. And dude, this line opened at 27.5.
Whoa!
So I think,
seriously?
Yeah. So I'm taking
shit.
USC -21.5 for 2 points. USC getting 55 points a game, and I looked this up today, or I read this today. 9.2 yards per play. Could that be right?
Insane.
Play in
USC's
general?
Offense. It says 9.2 yards per play. That's what I read. I read it 4 times because I was like, geez.
So you started out with Oregon's is better than USC, and then finished it up with USC is going to dominate.
Yeah, I just disagreed with you on that. But last week I thought, Colorado's going to be exposed. I think it's just too much offense. Colorado's defense isn't good, and they're not that good at running the ball. So I don't understand how Sanders is going to be able to keep them in this.
Yeah, he didn't look too good without Travis Hunter on offense either.
Caleb Williams trying to get the Heisman. They like to run it up. Lincoln Riley runs it up every time.
Oh, Nick, I had Ian always says I just find games to bet on. So I was sitting in a hospital bed. It was like 11, and USC plays late at night.
As Ren does.
I put money on him, of course. And so Lincoln Riley had to cover like 49.5 points or something ridiculous. And he's mad. The other team scores. Not only this, he challenges the fact that they scored. It's like 49-7 right now. And he didn't want the other team to score. They scored, so he runs the 2-minute drill with like a minute and 20 seconds to make score to make sure he runs it up 57-7, and I
Nice.
covered.
Those
Like,
big
I was like,
12
dude,
roots
that's.
punch
And I was telling Ian, it's like that's the mentality Sark needs to have right there. That killer instinct that you didn't get in, we're challenging that, and then oh yeah, well if you got in, we're running up the score again.
That's actually
He
pretty
didn't kneel
funny.
once. Yeah, I thought that was like that shows a lot of like Lincoln Riley's like, nope, we're running it up, we're going for it. My
Love
boys
it.
will win the Heisman, and we're gonna get as much votes as possible to get in that playoff.
All right. Any other thoughts on this one? Are we still hot on Colorado? I think I was right saying I was gonna fade them, like whenever they were at their hottest, but I didn't think they would lose by like that to Oregon, though. I will say that. Even I didn't think that.
I didn't think. I think I had.
Am I the only one
I
that
had
Oregon
Colorado to
first round?
cover. I did not think Oregon would rout them that bad.
Yeah, I guess so. Me and Ren had Colorado.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, he's already doubled their win total, or maybe he tripled it.
No, they had 2
They
wins.
had 1 win last year, so
Oh.
now they got 3. I mean, they'll probably beat up on lesser teams, but these other teams are just gonna. I don't know. Maybe they get to 5 wins. Maybe they make a bowl game.
Maybe, they kind of are in that middle ground where like a lesser team they'll crush, but that next level they'll get crushed. Maybe
Yeah.
that might be a good way of putting it. I don't know. 21.5. Give me the hook. I'll take USC. So, I actually found
game.
what
happened
Kentucky
to your
and
mullet?
Florida.
Nick, where's the mullet?
Yeah, we were talking about this. I was trying to cut it yesterday. Like I was gonna go phase 2. You know, it needed another trim, and I kind of kept fucking it up. So I just shaved my head. Kind of mad, but
Nice.
it's also hot as shit at my work. Do what?
Said there was only a rat tail left. He's like, I think I've gone too far.
It's like this little patch in the back, and I'm like, it's close, but I think I'm gonna have to cut it.
Yeah.
All right, Florida at Kentucky. This one interested me a little bit because Kentucky is undefeated. They're 1-0 in conference. I know they beat Vanderbilt, but Florida's also struggled a little bit, even though they're 3-1 and they're 22nd in the country. It's at Kentucky. It's 11 a.m. It's going to be Kentucky's actually a 1-point favorite, which is why this game sort of got my attention. The over-under is 45, so more of a lower scoring game, they think. But I'm going to go Kentucky here at home, -1. I think Kentucky's offense is good enough to get the win at home. And that's essentially, I just have a gut feeling. The line jumped out at me. This one was ones where, like we kind of said, you think Vegas is like messing with you, and you can't believe Kentucky's the actual small favorite at home. But I saw it jumped out to me, and I'm going to take Kentucky at home.
Kind of agree. Their defense is pretty insane. I think also both teams aren't big juggernaut teams, so I'm going to go with the under for a point.
The under's probably not too bad.
I didn't even look into this one, but I'd agree that Kentucky would probably. Yeah, I could see why they'd be favored. I mean, Florida beat Tennessee. But yeah, it does make you think, like, what do you know, Vegas? And I don't know enough about either team to really go against it. So if I had to pick, I'm not playing this one. I would pick, probably just take the 1 point with Kentucky.
Yeah, all these are 1 points for me so far. What was the next one? KU, Texas?
Yeah, that's one of them.
We got Kansas in Austin, 2:30 game. Right now the line is Texas -16.5, over under 61. I believe I took Texas. The again 16.5. That's a nice number. At home, they seem to be playing a little bit better every week. If that can kind of make sense, like they look like a little more efficient. Maybe they're putting it together. Who knows? But I think Texas is going to cover the 16.5. Come in, they're going to be at home for their first in-conference game. I think they're going to look to kind of put it on them. So I'm going to go Texas -16.5 on this one at home.
I think, like you said, Texas has been getting better every week. We were talking last week on a UT text thread that doesn't have any SEC fans on there.
Impossible or
and
everywhere.
we were just talking about like they need that blowout game, and I was like, they're saying it was Baylor, but they still haven't really had it. The thing that scares me is Kansas actually is pretty decent at running the ball. Their quarterback, I think he was picked as the Big 12 Player of the Year before, or what's it called,
this preseason.
Preseason. And he's damn fucking good. I don't think it goes. I don't think the combined score against the 61 is the. I think, if anything, I don't think Texas. Because I don't know. Texas just does some dumb shit sometimes, and then Ian says, "Here comes Ren with a rant on the Tex thing." But it's just like I mean, they'll get a false start 3 things in a row or miss wide open passes. Sometimes they just play down to their opponents, and until they consistently beat the crap out of people, like, yeah, they beat Baylor. All right, well, let's do it again and beat Kansas. But Kansas has been playing pretty damn good football. I don't know. I mean, I just don't see it. Texas winning by 16. I mean, they easily could. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna play the under.
Brandon, you must be reading my notes, dude. I'm playing the under too. I think, and it's not for anything you said, Ryan. It's just Texas's defense, I think, is too good for Kansas. Kansas relies on the run, and Texas's run defense has been really good. Yeah, they got a dynamic dual threat quarterback, but how he likes to hit these short passes, he's going to have to drive down the field over and over, and I just don't see that happening. So I say give me the under 61. Texas should probably cover that and keep it under 61 and do all the work themselves.
Interesting. That being said,
though, you mean go over would be doing all the work, Ian?
No. Do the work to cover cover the spread and keep it on the under.
So essentially, they just shut out Kansas.
Shut out. Yeah, I just don't see that. I think Kansas does have too good of a.
With all the bravado I just said that with, I'm putting 1 point on that under.
That being said, I am looking at this as my super dog pick. 16.5 does feel like a lot for 2 ranked teams, but I haven't totally decided on that yet. But I think I might pick this as my super dog. 16.5 points. It's pretty juicy. So
you might pick Kansas.
I might pick Kansas as my super dog. All right, and then let's see. I think the last. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Nothing. No stupid.
And I think the last one is LSU at Ole Miss. Both teams 3-1. LSU 2-0 in conference. Ole Miss is 0-1 in conference. Right now, LSU is about a field goal favorite on the road. They're -2.5. LSU is ranked 13th, and Ole Miss is 20th. So I think it's going to be a close game, but I don't know so much about the side, but I think I am going to take over 67. I feel like Alabama couldn't exploit Ole Miss the way that LSU can with their quarterback and how dynamic he is. So I am liking the over 67. If I had to pick a side, I probably would go LSU. But I like the over 67 more than the spread. But that's my thoughts on it.
I think I would go LSU too, just to cover, and I'd put 2 points on it. I think Ole Miss really just relies too heavily on what is it, Jackson Dart? How do you say it?
Jackson Dart, yeah.
Jackson Dart. And, I mean, even though they played Alabama, they really haven't beaten anybody, like just destroyed anybody. I think they've had a couple of close wins. Who did LSU lose to, now that I think about it?
Florida State.
Yeah.
45-24.
Even though Florida State is barely hanging on to that top 5, that was still a hell of a game. Yeah, I'll take LSU, and I'll take it for 2 points.
Dang. I agree with Nick. I had the over at 63.5. This must have been bet way up. So I think I'll still take the over. You said it was at 67 now?
Yeah, 67 over under.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll just lower my point value to 1. I'm still going to play that. LSU is their DBs are kind of susceptible to big plays. We saw that last week with KJ Jefferson. And that's kind of Ole Miss's bread and butter. I think just bet on the offenses here. So give me the game over 67 for 1 point.
Okay. And then, do you guys have any other games you want to talk about specifically?
No, I think I got my super dog as Baylor plus 12.5 at UCF. You got any other ones, Ren?
What was yours, Ian?
Oh,
Sorry.
well,
what was yours, Ian?
My super dog?
No, your any other or what was the one you mentioned?
Baylor plus 12.5 at UCF.
Okay.
Hey, weren't we supposed to talk Notre Dame Duke?
You can talk about it.
Did I just imagine
Nope,
how
nope,
we wrote that down?
nope. You're right. Notre Dame is at Duke. This was another one where Duke's undefeated. They're 17th. Notre Dame just had that tough loss against Ohio State. Notre Dame right now is -5.5 at Duke at Wallace Wade Stadium. The over-under's 52, which is ridiculously low for a college game. But, yeah, that's it. Notre Dame -5.5. I'm going to take Duke with the points. That low of a game, 52 over-under total. You're going to give me 5.5 points. I'll take them. Give me Duke.
I think the total's low because you're two notorious teams that rely on the run game. I think Notre Dame showed that they could basically hang with a top 3 program. It came down to the last play. Hartman again doing his thing. I'm gonna take Notre Dame to just, I don't know, revenge game and just put it on Duke. I think Duke's a little flash in the pan right now. That new, they do got the new quarterback though is pretty legit. I forgot his name. Leonard.
I'd probably agree with Ren. I think if Notre Dame had beat Ohio State, this would probably be like a 10-point line, and they almost did. So I think it's a get-right game for Notre Dame. I'll just take Notre Dame -5.5 for 2.
Okay. Now, do you have some games, Ren?
No. I was just looking and nope.
Y'all got any NFL?
Excuse me.
Do I ever?
Excuse me. We've got A&M in Arkansas this weekend in Dallas, AT&T Stadium, Jerry World. A&M is -6 with the backup quarterback, neutral field. Arkansas played pretty good against LSU, lost by 3. I believe it was at the end of the 4th there.
Shout out Canada.
Max Johnson looked way better than I thought he would. Wigman is, of course, out for the season. He's going to miss like 3 months or something, which really sucks. The quarterback, Rattlesnake, bites A&M again for like the 5th year in a row. But that being said, A&M does have the best backup in the SEC. I don't think there's any arguing that. So I guess we're lucky Max Johnson came over in the transfer portal and stuck around. So glad for that. But I'm going to take Aggies -6. I think their defense gets it done. I think Max Johnson maybe this is like his last hurrah, right? I mean, if you're going to let it hang out, now's the time to do it. And he went deep last week. He looked like he was ready for the opportunity. So he is experienced. I got Aggies -6 in Arlington this weekend.
I'm just going to go ahead and agree with Nick. And plus, when you're Brad Johnson's kid, you're one of the GOAT's kids. You might as well if you're in ball out. And you're in a stadium where it's going to actually probably holds less than A&M holds, huh?
Jerry World holds exactly 100,000 apparently.
Also a little less, huh?
Yeah, it's a little less. But I don't know. Ian's probably going to go the opposite way and tell us all about Arkansas.
No, if I had to bet, I would probably take Aggies here. Everything I was reading, people are kind of high on this might not be too bad for the Aggies because they're saying Max Johnson might be more of a Petrino kind of guy. Maybe it's the deep ball. I don't know if he's better at throwing it or what, but the offense didn't seem to miss a beat when he came in. So I would say just treat it the same way as if the starter was playing.
That's kind of my thought. Man, it really sucks that we had another quarterback go down, dude. I'm just like so over it. But yeah, like that's this whole thing about him being a Petrino guy. I don't know if that's cope or or if like people actually, maybe it's because he's better with the playbook, maybe than a younger guy like Wigman. Maybe Petrino feels like he can open up the book a little more or something. But that's the only thing I could think of because Johnson is not as good of a thrower as Wigman. I mean, that's just Wigman's arm is ridiculous. Like he looks different throwing it than anyone I can, even like Manziel. Like he just looks different throwing the ball. He definitely is like a better passer, has better mechanics, however you want to put that. But Johnson maybe just has the higher IQ, and maybe that's what they're trying to extrapolate on, and that Petrino feels like he can call any play at any time, and Johnson will get it. So if that's so, the over-under is 53.5, which I feel like is kind of low. But, I mean, I think that maybe is a little more disrespecting A&M's offense. Maybe they just feel like A&M and Arkansas is not going to be able to move the ball against A&M's defense, and Max Johnson, they don't think, I guess, is going to be good enough to move the ball against Arkansas. But I think if one of those things ends up not being true, it's that Johnson goes off and Aggies put up, 4 or 5 touchdowns, right? So I'll take the Aggies -6, but that's my last thoughts on it.
Yeah, I tend to agree, but I'm not playing that one.
I'll play it for a point. I'll take the Aggies.
Rin's always game. Any NFL picks or any fantasy comments? I guess we can just open up NFL to fantasy or anything else.
Dude, I'm taking the Browns -3 versus the Ravens. All of a sudden, they're just like the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
Just so I'll ride with that defense. So I'll just play that one for a point. And then Dolphins +2.5 at the Bills. I'm going to play that one as well. I think the Dolphins. I guess we're going to find out if they're real or not, if that was a fluke game or what. But it seems like it's pretty hard to stop that team at this point. A-Chain balling.
Offense versus defense, essentially.
Yeah,
the Bills score.
I'm definitely punching the over though on this 53.5. Get Buffalo at home. I 53.5 feels low to me for some reason. I guess because Buffalo's been struggling offensively this season. But then again, they've put up 38, 37, 24. So, I mean, it's not like it's not like they're doing horrible, right? So, I mean, I think the 53 is pretty low. I'm probably going to go a couple points on the over on that one.
I'm going to take the Texans +3 against Pittsburgh to put us up to 500.
Actually, that doesn't sound as bad when you say it.
Our offense is getting going, and our defense, actually, we're in the top 15 now.
What, defense?
Yep, moving up.
Stroud looking pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah. Was it Tank Dell? Is that his name?
Freaking what's his face on the Panthers?
Bryce
Alabama's QB, Bryce Young.
Yeah.
He looks like a scared little puppy. Also,
good.
I was gonna say about the Dolphins, they just put up 70, so I don't think any line's too high for them.
No. Yeah, that's another thing. You hope this keeps on rolling, right? Fantasy-wise, I need Jacksonville to pick it up. I got Trevor Lawrence and the Calvin Ridley connection in one of my leagues. The first week was awesome, and then they've kind of pulled a couple duds here. So I need Jacksonville offense to step it up. Is mainly my
usually
thing.
Lamar Jackson's a beast, but he's been going. He just started off super slow.
Yeah.
I need the University of Alabama to fucking pick it up. Derrick Henry, Gibbs.
Oh, you mean as a pros?
and Waddle, dude. All shit the bed for.
Hey, wait, Waddle's coming back this week.
I will continue to rant on Gibbs until that guy does something decent.
What team is he playing on?
The Lions. Probably the only reason he's playing. Of course, he's starting every week, no matter how much I bitch about him, because Saquon's hurt.
Yeah. The head article here on the Texans versus Steelers is J.J. Watt's torn if he should root for his brother or for the Texans.
Oh, you got to root for your bro. He's already moved on.
Yeah, it'd be kind of funny to root against him, though, right?
Dude, there's one guy I think that could come back and play. It's probably him. And he's probably
Just played last year, right?
still doing retarded box jumps, I'm sure, benching 400 pounds.
Yeah, with him it's his back, though, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Something like that. Dude is just a monster.
I got Philly in the Survivor this week. I don't know who you guys got.
I'm out.
Ooh.
The Jags lost.
Oh, yeah, shit. Who do you have, Ren?
Yeah, see.
Did the Cowboys win last week?
Oh, my God. Are you being serious?
That's who Ren had.
Oh, then I already won. Survivor champion. This happened last year where, like, two of us went out in week 3 or something.
I didn't even know I was out of it. Jesus Christ, Ian.
Nice. Dude, in that Survivor League I'm in with Kenny, it's already down to, like, 40% of the people who started.
Yeah, that Texans game was a real, probably kick in the dick to a lot
Yeah,
of people.
Jaguars and Cowboys. A lot of people picked the Cowboys, too. They were, like, the biggest spread that week.
But another game I'm going to take in the NFL is the Eagles. I know it's -9 against the Commanders, but I think the Commanders quarterback is like North Carolina or
Sam Howell?
Texas Tech. Yeah, is he from North Carolina?
Yeah,
Pretty
I
sure.
think he was there before May.
Yeah. I don't know how he stayed around this
Yeah,
long and then
he's
got
from
a
North
starting
Carolina.
job, but somehow the Commanders are 2-1 though, but it ain't because of him. He's 3 touchdowns and 5 picks, and you're going against that defense. Good luck. I'm going to take Eagles -9.
Gotcha. Well, before we go, I just wanted to see what you guys thought of the latest AL West standings, and if you had any opinions on.
Oh my God!
I was on a complete.
We're all going to get the playoffs. Astros play way better away from home. This has been a going trend for 2 months now. Even the Oakland A's beat our ass at home. We just can't score a run at home.
Yeah, I think we're kind of puttering out here, but I mean, I don't have total high hopes now that Scherzer's hurt in the playoffs, but I thought we were just going to completely miss the playoffs there for a second, so like it's just good.
Yeah, it got a little dicey. and then it got dicey for the Astros this week to where now y'all are playing the Mariners are playing the Rangers. If the Astros were to miss the playoffs, they would have to have a monumental collapse here because you
It's
two
like
are
3 games, 3 or 4 games left.
Yeah, so they would probably have to lose them all to miss.
The Mariners are trying to catch you guys or the Blue Jays, essentially.
Yeah.
The Blue Jays have just gone on a massive, we're going to lose every single game possible. Since y'all got, was it Jung, whatever his name, y'all won like 6 in a row, even without Scherzer, which really pisses me off. Like, we either wanted to be in that bye week, or we want to be right where we are, the sweet spot, playing the Minnesota Twins first round.
Although I will say this, if the Rangers can keep this group for another year, and we can, maybe the baseball gods shine down upon us, but if Scherzer and DeGrom can come back next year and be healthy and like pitch into the playoffs, like the Rangers might legitimately have one of the best teams in the league if those two guys can just stick it out for another few years.
Honestly, you guys, because y'all signed the 2 shortstops, one who's just going nuts. What's his face? Seager and Simeon. Y'all signed them to like 10-year contracts. So y'all got them for the long haul. I'm sure Garcia's sticking around. I'm sure nobody was, eager to sign him. Young's a rookie, right? Y'all are gonna have a beast hitting lineup for a long time, and if y'all keep if y'all just get DeGrom or Scherzer, because y'all didn't have either of them, and y'all were killing it the whole year.
I know, dude. This was so frustrating, man.
I know. Well, they are going to, quote, reevaluate Scherzer, but that's probably, a 20% chance he's going to pitch in the playoffs.
Yeah, I would almost say, like, wait a game or 2 into the first round and see if it's even needed, right? Like, if you get up 2-0, then be like, okay, let's look at the next round if he can come back.
Yeah, or pretty much. Or if you're in like a you're down 3 games this year. Like, well, might as well just throw him out there, see what he's got. Better than, because I think Gray just got hurt, but I don't think he has a serious injury. Evaldi's a beast.
And I think so. Wait, if we win, it looks like let's just say it plays out like it is. Do the three division champs get the 1, 2, 3 seed?
Two get a bye, and then the 1 division champ has to play in the wild card round against the lowest wild card. Then the other 2 wild cards play.
Okay, so
the Twins would play us, and Mariners. Wait, not Mariners.
The Blue Jays would play the Rays.
Yeah, but it looks like we're gonna pass the fucking Blue Jays, which is not good. The Rays are beasts.
Oh yeah, that's true. A little positioning there. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like the best spot to be is winning the AL West or getting the last wild card spot.
That's okay. So you guys, in other words, want the Blue Jays to stay ahead of you, but you guys want to stay ahead of the Mariners.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We want to play the Twins.
let's get it out there. We want to play the Twins. All right. Okay. Cool. A little baseball talk there at the end. Anything else? Any other thoughts? Fantasy, sports?
Don't your boys the Mavericks play tomorrow, even though it's preseason?
Man, preseason already upon us, dude.
Maybe I made that up. Hold up.
Who the fuck?
Training camp just started like a day or 2 ago.
Mavericks, Timberwolves.
October
Thursday.
5th. October 5th.
Whoops, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
That's all right. It's here though.
It's upon us.
Yeah. Nowhere to run now. All right.
It just reminds me of that. They need to know what happened here. That video of Luca that Ian made.
Oh, the Luca training montage.
Got to make another one.
Video.
All right. Anything else? That was good. That was let's see, about 45 minutes, I guess.
Kept it tight.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Good one, boys.